Yeah, it's Bait Girl here. I have ran into a dilemma over at one of the Michigan health departments. It is placed right next to the county sheriff's office. Okay, I've rubbed off half of my snakely eyebrows today, and I think the issue that I ran into here is like the county health department is supposed to be a place where people can go and get their health and wellness checked out. They can get STD screens there. Some of them have the cancer programs. Some of them have family planning programs. Some of them have communicable diseases. Um, some of them also have other certification offices where you can actually go in and gain education if you work with people with developmental disabilities or in a group care facility. The health department, for people to go in and get their STD screens, I am not somebody that has had, a whole lot of wild and rambunctious, shenanigans in my last, year and a half plus. Okay, so they reminded me of the not last person, but the person before, keeping a prophylactic as a trophy. So I'm totally aware of who, if I had contracted anything, I would have gotten something from. Now, when I call ahead of time and I'm asking this place to, give me a little bit of preparatory information, I'm not being told about douching. I'm not being told about yeast infection medicines. I'm not being told about intercourse. I'm not being told about any of these typical warning things that the doctor's offices tell you. And I'm not trying to say that you get what you pay for, but if this is supposed to be one of the avenues for people with DHHS services, cut your shit out right now. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Putting it right next to a police department, no offense, please forgive me if this comes across bogue, but sorry, not sorry. Okay? People who use IV drugs are less likely to walk into an STD clinic to get any kind of STD testing for fear that the information that they divulge to a worker will make its way right next door. Okay? Just going to keep it real with you right there. Now, here's the other thing. This particular clinic did not tell me that the same person, like you would think when you go to like the county health department, the same lady that takes your scratchy in your mouth and takes your prick on your finger is it. Oh no. In Delta County, Escanaba, okay? You go to the health department, there's one for your blood draw, there's one for your urine, and there's one to look at the nether regions, okay? So we have like 3 different people now to handle one STD screening. And it's not on the same day, it's all kind of spaced out. So if I'm supposed to go to this particular place to get a cancer screening and they don't prepare me for my, triple threat STD clinic screening for shit. I mean, for not nothing, okay? I would have never wasted my time scheduling the appointment and getting there had I known that it wasn't going to be something that I would have been able to walk out of there that day knowing that in a brief, short period of time, I would have knowledge of if I needed to take anything medication-wise, or if I was just stressing myself out. You know what I mean? Instead, this woman that I spoke to for guidance to prepare me for my test today, that I didn't continue to I'm not going to let you poke and prod, swab, nothing, if you can't prepare me for what I'm about to walk into. I have PTSD and anxiety. I brought my feline with me. Like, for reals? Yeah, thank you, officer who stole my lint ball, fucker. I'm just saying, to some extent, when people go to the doctor's office, they don't want to have to take multiple trips. It irritates us to go back for lab results. It irritates us to go back for a follow-up for certain things. But when you go in there and you're anticipating being able to get all of your testing done at once. So if I had fasted, I just starved myself for nothing. One clinic gives you an STD screen that doesn't require a pelvic examination. But if I'm going for a cancer screening, and a cancer screening can't be scheduled until December, now here I am going 30 days with whatever I've got going on downstairs, waiting for this cancer place. So whatever I've got, your bitch ass is going to let fester in there. So when you tell me that I don't have cancer, you think I'm going to believe you? I'm going to someplace else like, I believe that there's a fucking tumor in my vagina. That clinic treated me so rotten. Like, I can't even trust that they would even know what a cancer test that's positive would look like. I contacted them and was very forthcoming with what I had going on. And instead of them scheduling me on a day when all their wonderful staff can care for me at once, like I can feel like I'm in a spa. I'm in a health spa. I'm being spoiled. They care about me. No. Now I get to meet them all individually, one at a time, and continue to walk around dripping my snail trail wherever. No, 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 no. Knock the shit off. Either all of our health departments are going to get on the same page. Rick Snyder, you are going down hard for your budget cuts in regards to trichomoniasis, bacteria, and yeast testing. I found out that this clinic here could test for it and Kent County can't. So where you're picking and choosing where money was going, you're a dirtbag. And I hope like hell somebody hits you so hard where your ovaries are, you can't shit or piss right for weeks. Okay? I don't like people that meddle in the healthcare. I don't like bad cops that don't do their job or think that they can do bad illegal things because their job says, oh, I get to be a police officer. That's just being a bad detective. You're nothing but a crook in disguise. So, if you want me to be honest, with Bait Girl Private Consulting, what I'm consulting our communities on is like getting the shit together and knocking it off. If you have a way to inform a patient properly, do so. Information makes people happy. Not one person will ever call you and have a hand grenade that's going to blow up in your face. I myself, like I've had dirt on people for years. So when somebody wants to investigate something, they literally don't talk to me about it. They don't say things to me directly to get an honest, direct answer. It's like they want me to stand there with this hand grenade in my hand. And if they ask that question, it's going to put them in prison and backfire on them. Probably will. The cowards that don't ask me all the questions when they need to get in trouble for improper investigationals. I don't interfere in investigations. It's not my bag. But I also don't appreciate people in the health community treating everybody like they're a bitter, scorned person towards somebody who actually got laid within the last year. And her surly butt might not have been laid since maybe her husband passed away. Whether she has a lot of life left or a little life left, if you are in the healthcare field, every person that is in front of you, you should look at like that could be you. The compassionate care, whatever they're going through, you're supposed to be there for them to help them through this. And it means being a good listener and a good communicator. You cannot be in a fast food or a restaurant experience in the kitchen side and serving side when people slam into each other. That's because they're not communicating with each other. People spill stuff, drop food on the floor, all that because they're not communicating with each other. In the medical field, patients come into places intending on allowing their insurance to be billed and then walk out with you unable to bill. Period. Poor ethics, unprofessionalism, or lack thereof, does not get you payment. When you tell somebody that it's a ER visit, an ER visit is completely different than trying to go after someone who's coming in for an STD screen because they've seen like a floater in their damn eye. Okay, medical billing. If you have a question about what's on there, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Yep, telephone me. Tummy of mine that is so pissed that we fasted for tests that they didn't give us.